So, Rob, if you have this clip, the clip specific about law enforcement positions in Florida, let me first read this, and then if you can put this up, that'd be great. So check this out. How many of you here did not live in Florida 5 years ago, but you moved here in the last 5 years? Can you raise your hand? Wow. Okay,
Vinny, raise your hand.
Look at this real quick. Watch this. I ask, how many people don't live in Florida? Look at this. Where did you move here from? Scream it on 3. 1, 2, 3. By the way, I want the audience that's watching this, whatever part of the world you're in, we're in Florida, and when I say scream out your name, can you put the camera on them, Deli? Can we get the camera on them, Kelly, if you're over there? So, Jake, if we can do that. Scream out the state you left in the last 5 years to come to the state of Florida. Go ahead. That's a lot of people.
I heard a lot of New York.
Okay?
I heard a lot of New York.
A lot of people that moved here.
Stay in New York, guys.
But watch this. So watch this. But the right people moved here. Watch this, though. Rob, is this the one that breaks down the numbers? Does it say where Florida stands in how they pay their highway patrol versus all the other states?
So I have a full news article, but it's about 4 minutes long. I also have this clip of Desantis. It's about 10 seconds long where he talks about the raises for law enforcement officers.
Why don't you put that? And as a matter of fact, let me just read this part first and then play the clip with the governor. So Governor Desantis calls out Florida House budget aimed at cutting law enforcement positions. And by the way, this story was prompted by a guy on Minnect that told me you ought to consider this. And I'm telling this story because it's disturbing. So Governor Ron DeSantis criticized the Florida House of Representatives' proposed budget cuts, targeting 84 Florida Highway Patrol positions and ballistic armor for troopers, stating what's going on right now in Tallahassee with Florida House of Representatives is really treacherous. They all ran on this agenda. They never ran against law enforcement. I'll tell you that because you would have been shown the door by the voters. Dave Kerner, Executive Director of Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, highlighted the low pay issue, saying the reality is this budget will keep Florida Highway Patrol as the second lowest starting pay in the country out of 49 states. So imagine all the new people that are moving here, all the business that's moving here. What's priority to us? We left California and New York for what reason? We want to feel safer. We want to be free. We want to be left alone. We want low taxes. We want to raise our kids in a very basic way without confusing the hell out of them. Let me raise my kids. Those are some of the reasons. So now Florida's 49 out of 50 states. That's not acceptable. The governor knows that's not acceptable. He noted the average tenure of Florida highway troopers has dropped from 9.8 years in 2020 to 6.8 years currently. They're leaving this field. They're barely making $50,000 as a new job to become a highway patrol. That's nothing, by the way. $50,000. I'll give you the data here. Rob, play this clip.
Their budget cuts 84 current state trooper positions, which, oh, by the way, I don't think the workload is going down in Florida.
Help.
Was that it, Rob?
That's it.
You really don't like the guy, do you?
He doesn't say much.
He spoke for 58 minutes. You took 13 seconds and cut the guy off.
That's how you want to do our
like
governor,
a personal
Rob.
shot.
That's how you
Rob.
want to do our guy.
Your thoughts on this when we're looking at the data here with the pay for highway patrol, and do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, yes, I do. This is the governor we elected, and this is the guy that Floridians wanted. This is the guy that responds to truly the needs of the people, like hurricane response, everything that he's done. This is that guy, and he is in front of the microphone and putting these folks on notice, but more importantly for putting them on notice for the next electoral cycle, because they can't run from this. He's got to get this passed. He's got to get this passed. And the next governor of Florida, which is, we're going to have a war for that, but we got Byron Donalds wants to run. This needs to continue because Florida will slide if services slide with all the people moving in here. Because what will happen is crime statistics are going to go up. We're going to have problems with that. And so we need this. We need this so that it is a noble profession to be in law enforcement, and we need to be able to pay you. And if we're one of the more successful economies with all these people moving here, then we got to get this done so that we can pay people. So it's an honor to serve the people in Florida, and it's an honor to know that they're being paid properly because this is the guy I voted for.
By the way, you know what Florida's surplus was in 2024? Florida's surplus in 2024 was a $5.7 billion in unobligated general revenue. It represents, they have a surplus in what they made. So What DeSantis is asking for is 20% pay raise for state entry of officers and 25% for veteran officers, including firefighters. Senate said 10 or 15%. House is saying 0. That's what he's asking for the state of Florida. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I do. Well, so how much do law enforcement officers make in Florida? What's the number?
Rob, do me a favor. Go to ChatGPT and type in, what do Florida Highway Patrol troopers make in this? Yeah, Florida Highway Patrol troopers make a year. Look at the number here.
50,000. That's nothing.
Certified troopers 55 to 65. Okay, it changes depending on what area it is, but it's $50,000. And then when you become trooper first class, corporal, sergeant, then you're 65 to 80. And then if you're a lieutenant or above, 85 to $100,000.
What's
starting salary? $50K.
That's
Yeah,
horrible.
this
And,
is-
Rob, what's just average law enforcement? Average, not even highway patrol, just like a regular cop.
In
Because this
Florida.
Tallahassee, in Florida. Because
Yeah.
this is Tallahassee, right, Pat? And
This is Florida,
This is in
period.
general.
Yes.
I'm wondering what that is.
58 to
58. It's not
65.
that. That's not that much. And they're fighting for armor and plates and stuff. And look what just happened in Tallahassee a little while ago. And they have budget cuts like
This
that.
is kind of leading into that. That's
That's
kind of where
not
I'm going with the
good.
story to that.
I don't know what type of person that looks at people making a ton of money out there and they can go into any field they want. They're going to go to work every day, put their life on the line. They don't know if they're making it home at night, and you're going to do this for 50 G's a year? Unbelievable. Like, I have so much more respect for police now than I did after they tried to defund the police. And people are looking around being like, so what does that mean? We're just going to get rid of the cops? Yeah, they fuck the cops. It's like, listen, I liked NWA's song back in the day, but I'm actually not trying to like defund the police. If anything, we need to fund the police. It's always the people who don't have any interaction, or like, it's always like, dare I say it, like white liberal women that's like, get rid of that police. It's like, chick, that's the first dude you're calling when you have an issue. And it's always the people who have the most issues that understand that they need the police for protection. The police have been so disrespected in the last 5 years. And you're talking to somebody that actually never really liked the police, because I would always get pulled over when I did have a car, get speeding, and I was broke, and I was like, how the hell am I going to get my car out?
Guys, let me tell you, Florida's a safer place without Adam driving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
I
telling
do
you.
agree with that.
3 years ago,
I
one
do
of his
agree with
friends
that.
lends him the car. You want to tell him what happens 3 hours after a friend lends you the car when he leaves town?
Tell me what happened.
Tell him what happened.
Was it a Mercedes, Adam?
Okay, forget about him.
What happened?
There's a reason why he Ubers. When he Ubers, like as much of a hard time I give him, we're all safer, folks.
Yes.
Like, thank Adam for
Well,
doing
Uber
that. Such
stock
a
is one of the few
responsible
stocks that's up
decision.
because
I
of
will
me.
tell
But
you,
we do need to pay our
the
cops more.
reason why I'm sharing this story is because the state of Florida, with all the people coming in, it's important for them to feel safer. And if all of a sudden these guys are not getting the jobs, tenure goes from 9.6 to 6.6, 6.8, these guys are going and getting other jobs for only $50K. Give them a raise. What is 20% on $50K? You know what it is?
10
it's
grand.
$60K. That's still nothing to put your life on the line. It's like they're going from $50K, $100,000.
If they're going to make that little of amount, the very least, they need to be respected. Like, you're going to show up to work, make 50 G's, and you're going to get disrespected?
Yeah.
And you're going to get spit on? People are going to say, who the hell wants that? Do you remember the guy that came up to us at the UFC, I think a year ago? The guy from New Jersey? He's like,
Yeah.
hey, let me tell you something, guys. I'm
Yeah.
a cop.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Proud.
I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm
Yeah,
done with
he's
this thing.
done.
NYPD.
Yeah, because that's when
Yeah.
the sentiment of defund the police and everything was happening. But if you think about it too, Pat, people that are joining to be law enforcement. I was a military police in the Air Force. When you do that, you love the job. You want to protect. You want to serve. You want to do that. For 50 grand, I don't know how many more people are going to be signing up to want to risk their life.
Not at
for
a salary
50
like that.
Gs.
Not at a
Hell
salary
no.
like
Not
that.
up in here.
If you haven't yet joined Minnect Circle, everything we talk about here on the back end, behind the scenes, the notes, what we're talking about right now, the notes that I have is in Minnect Circle, unlimited messaging, unlimited videos. Behind the scenes right now when we're back there, we posted a video of what was going on. You kind of have to see it to be a part of it. If you're not yet part of PBD Podcast Minnect Circle, download the app, join it. Throughout the day, everybody is talking with each other, and it's a bunch of PBD podcasters. They're talking to each other. Go download the app. A lot of exciting news is coming up with Minnect here soon. But if you watch the PBD Podcast, download the app and join the PBD Podcast Circle. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.